Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, gonna be waiting for some more people to come in. Welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was ready up until now. Anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Say Less. Hold on for a minute. All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Thank you all for joining me. And for those of you all who are on, we have a great show tonight. I am your host, Leslie Ann, and this podcast is called Say Less. It's a play on words. So if you need anything, say less. Whatever you need, workouts, fitness tips, nutrition tips, just say less. Anyway, I created this podcast for those of just like regular people who want to come on and talk about everyday life, fitness journey, weight loss journey. This is the platform for you. If that is you, DM me, inbox me. I'll bring you on as a guest. Now, mind you, I don't try to go after anybody big. I try to be very, very, what's the word I want to use? Optimistic, very transparent. So I just wanted to create this platform to give the everyday guest a platform to share their story. Anything regarding weight loss, nutrition, whatever it is, somebody needs to hear your story and somebody can be blessed from it. So, if that is you, if you would like the opportunity to come on, I'd love to have you on. Just DM me and we'll get you set up. So, without further ado, our first guest, not our first guest, our third guest. Hey, third show. I have a wonderful fit friend by the name of Rihanna, but she's better known as Fit Ree Fitness. As I was advertising for this, I kept um, tagging her link because y'all, I really wanted y'all to see this girl's body. She just had a baby 10 months ago. And I always stress that she just had a baby like 10 months ago. She'll talk more about that. But like, it took me 2 years after I had my son to really like get back in the groove and, drop that body weight. It took her 10 months. And she's 10 months to the day. So this is like 8 months, 7 months. She would had already lost her baby weight and some. And I thought it was wonderful. So, to the pregnant moms out there, to the fit moms out there, she balances work, being a wife, being a mom, owning her own business. She balances all of that. And she's going to share it. And I brought her on to share her story because there's many of you all or someone you know out there just like her. And you still have time to share this video or invite somebody in. She has a wonderful story to tell, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So, without further ado, I'm getting ready to bring her up. Fit Ree, what it do? There she
Hi,
is.
Leslie.
There
And
she
look, we
is.
in
There
the
she.
same color scheme. You got the green, I got the yellow. I love it. And that
I was
wasn't even
wondering
on
today, like,
purpose.
I'm gonna keep my hat on. Okay, I need a shirt to match.
Look, I love it. You look pretty.
Thank you. Okay, hold on. Okay, you know what? Remember I told you I was gonna keep looking down at my iPad. It's the delay. So I look down and just see me. I'm like, no, but I see her right here. How come I see her? It's a delay. So
Okay.
for everybody wondering, we have a little delay there, but don't worry about it. That delay is for me because we're on a different platform, right? All right, guys. So without further ado, this is Rihanna, known as Fit Ree. Now, remember I told you she had a baby 10 months. That's that baby.
And
That's
he
that
was
cute
asleep.
little
He's like,
boy.
I'm hungry. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna applesauce it up and then he'll be down running around.
Yay, yay. So good to see his face and yours too. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks for
you.
having
Thank
me.
you.
I forgot to
Thank
tell you
you.
earlier. So after we talked earlier,
Hmm.
I've been battling with laryngitis.
Ah,
So it is causing me to breathe harder. I'm trying to talk.
look,
So literally, and trust me, I'm sweating and my heart rate is up.
look, okay, well, it ain't only me because I was like, me and Leslie just talked. Why am I nervous? And it's like I'm really,
I
like
wonder, is
first
that
time
it? Is
meeting
that
you.
because I'm nervous too? I don't know, but I'm sweating and yeah, my heart rate is racing.
Well, look,
Breathing
it's about
hard.
that mean because it's finna look. We about to get into it.
Good
Numbers finna.
luck.
This is about to be a whole. of a
A
message for
whole
not only
thing.
us,
A whole
but
thing.
for the people watching and listening.
Yes, yes. So tell us about yourself. Everything. The basics first
Everything.
before we get into the fitness stuff.
Okay, so the basics. I am Rihanna, also known as Fit Ree. I started training out of what's the proper term? It really was like um desperation. Like my
Mhm.
father passed in 2012 and I'm like, okay, I have got to get back to feeling like myself, not only just like in the physical form but also mentally. And so living in Kansas City, 68 Inside Sports, owned by an ex-Chiefs player, was right across the street. And so a lot of my coworkers would go there to train. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go across the street. Went there and instantly fell in love with not just training, but how
Mhm.
training made me feel. And so I am the oldest of four, five, six siblings,
You
seven,
get to count them.
seven siblings. I am a wife to an amazing and the most supportive husband that God could have ever thought to
That's so
bless me with. And I
awesome.
say that because I'm always all over the place doing this, doing that. And he allows me to, and I use this term often, to aggressively chase my dreams without having to feel guilty
Mhm.
about the parenting side or the wife side. And I am very intentional about, spending time with him and making him feel equally as important in my life as, hey, I got this dream that I am
Mhm.
going after. And so I say that with like a full heart. He literally just, I can't even brave enough. And then I also work full time in IT and I love computers. I love what I do. But training has my heart ultimately.
What
Um,
do you do in IT?
I am a software analyst.
Really?
It's as boring as it sounds, and I am not a person that can do like. And you know what? I say that, and then I also shoot myself in the foot. And maybe that's why I love my job because I could wake up and do the exact same thing over and over, kind of like how my meals are,
Mhm.
my training regimen. It's like, hey, I know that I'm gonna wake up, go to the gym, come back home and eat. And that's what my job basically is. It's saying, hey, this is what we've coded, and you try to break it. And then if you can, create a bug for it. If not, we're gonna send it on out to the end user. So really simple. I've been at the same job since I was 20 years old. And so I've been there
Wow.
for 15 years. Oh my God. I'll be
15
up
years.
15
Ooh, you
years.
old.
Yeah.
Ooh, you
I
old.
know. I
You
told
about
Mike,
to retire.
for real. I told him that the other day. I was like rubbing my chin. I said, is that a chin here? I said, I'm
Oh
feeling
no.
like I'm 40. I don't like that. But
Don't,
hey,
don't knock the 40. I'm saying 40 is going to be your best life in your 40s. Watch.
when you told me how old you were, I was like, period. And God better know it, cause honey, okay. Now this is the part where you said no kids. Blue just crawled out the room. I'm about to grab him and shut this door.
Take your
Hold.
time. Take your time. See that one. First for y'all, did y'all see her logo? Isn't it beautiful?
Okay. The
Beautiful logo. I'm
package has
glad you
been
moved. I'm glad you moved. I was talking about your logo.
oh, the
Isn't that
package has been
nice? It's
secured.
so nice.
So that's really the gist of me. I like to think that I'm like the fun, boring person. I am like the boring big sis mom to not only to my sisters, but also like the mom to my mom. Like I'm the textbook definition of a big sister and the mom
Mhm.
and the family manager, if you
Nice. Now, how did
will.
fitness get integrated in your already busy life?
It was when my father died in 2012. I dove headfirst into church, and God saved me from everything that tried to tear me down as I grieved my father's death. Just so many different things coming at me in different angles. And it's like, I remember being in the gym at like 9 o'clock at night, and I would always get the gym memberships at the gyms that have like the 24-hour access.
Hmm.
I would be in there sometimes once a day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day. Everybody knew, okay, Reed, we can go work out. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like it literally saved my life. Just and now that I know the science behind what happens mentally when we
Hmm.
train with
Hmm.
all the different chemicals that come in and just give our imbalances a big old giant dopamine hug. It's like
Yes.
it literally saved my life, and I was able to not only fight for myself and my own sanity, but be there as a big sister for my sisters, which was such a blessing and allowed them to continue to grow because he passed away in 2012. I think at the
What
time I
month
might
did
have
he
been
pass in?
in July. So his
July.
anniversary is it was July 17th, which is in a few days. Two days?
A couple
3 days.
days.
Yes.
Sorry
And
for your loss. I just was sitting there because
thank
my
you.
dad passed of dementia in
Oh,
2012. That was February,
oh,
February
and ain't
28th.
nothing like losing your daddy. It's like,
Nothing, I losing parents. I lost both of my parents, so
oh, my heart goes
it's
out to you. And I'm so sorry for your loss too. I feel like it's you don't want people to experience it, but only people that have experienced losing a parent you relate. And it's just like ain't no way to put it. It never gets better. You literally adjust to this new normal. I
it's a,
still
yeah,
have
it's a new normal. And I
yes,
always tell people, you never get over the person. What happens is what time does, it
yes,
allows you to live life without them. You never get over them. But as time go by, you learn to live. Life becomes easier without them.
it does. And it when good things happen, especially which you have spoken just like your family is a huge piece of your heart. So I know you're gonna probably share this same sentiment when good things happen to be like, oh, I want to call my daddy. Still have his number
Right.
in my phone
Mm-hmm.
to this day as my king, my daddy. Just how he has always been saved. And I always think about like how my dad smelled. He owned homes, so he always did like construction and rehab and things like that. So like the smells of like a working man in Home Depot are always just like I smell
I
working
smell,
man.
I smell dad.
Yes, and it
Yeah.
just brings you back to there. My daughter, one of her favorite things to do with me is ride in the car, and that was one of my favorite things to do with my dad is ride in the car and listen to music, and we would just talk. And I love that I've been able to do the same thing with my daughter. And
Mm-hmm.
she wrote that on my Mother's Day card for school. My favorite thing to do with my mom is ride in the car, and I'm like, I
Oh.
know what she meant by that. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but fitness, grief, it saved me. It allowed me to grieve on my own terms. I like to think that I'm not still grieving, but I have those
Mm-hmm.
moments where it's like, even having a son, I'm like, my dad would be so
Yeah.
amazed to be like, hold up, Rihanna got 2 kids, and to see how they have enriched my life. Where I'm like, I'm not having no kids, baby. They
Mhm.
take away, and they have added so much value to my life. So it also, brought me closer to myself. Fitness has helped me connect with people that I may not have otherwise connected with,
Mhm.
people that have been such a blessing in my life. And even with you, I met you through social media, but I
I was
believe that
getting ready to ask you, like, how did we meet? I knew
through
it was social
social media.
media.
And I feel like because your family's originally from Kansas City, or y'all live in
Nope.
Kansas?
I knew I have good friends that are in Kansas City. And I think some of
Oh,
them, we may have mutual friends.
maybe okay. So in my mind, why did
We
I
may
think
have mutual, you know, of Faith.
yes, that's how it okay.
Faith. And I have another good friend named Michelle Williams. She is from Kansas City.
That's so funny. So
And
my
my friend Faith is from Kansas City. And I think that's how we met.
nope, it's Faith. Yes, because Faith's little sister, Christian, she and I are like this. And then,
Chris,
yep,
and yes. And so
and
when I
from
met
there,
Faith, Faith was like, "Oh my God, you are just like my sister. You have got to meet my sister." So I never met
yes,
Christian in person,
you
but
haven't, honey.
I never met her in person, but we connected through fitness.
Yes.
Through fitness, because
And
yeah, Christian is all in. She about that business. She about
baby,
that
when I
life.
met her, I was training for free in Gillum Park. And that's how I started my journey. And it's so
Hmm.
funny how you were speaking about your dad with dementia. My great grandmother has dementia. And so seeing her journey with dementia, it's almost like certain parts of you revert back to like a baby. My journey of relocating has put me back where I started doing
Hmm.
free classes, rebuilding my brand in a whole new city with people that they don't know who Fit Ree is. It's just like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, I see a girl that works out in my gym and she looks nice. And I'm like having to reintroduce myself, just
Yeah.
all of that. And so I say that to say when I met Christian, I looked at her and I'm like, honey, how I look at you, beautiful muscle tone, amazing consistency, dedication that literally makes you want to work harder. It's just like
Mhm.
that's that's who
And the
I
thing about what Christian I like is she she she's not like you and I. So we're influencers. She's an influencer
yes.
in her own little. She don't say much.
Not at
She
all.
posts real stuff. Even in her videos while she's doing it, she just walk into the camera and then she get on the floor and she do her push-ups
And the stuff you
with
want to
ease.
see,
And then she gets up and it's like, bye.
exactly. And then it's
But it
like, I
speaks
ain't see her.
volumes. It speaks volume. Her silence speaks volumes.
She is. She is one of those. Her presence is
Mm-hmm.
very strong, and a lot of people may shy. It's just like, oh, I don't know how to take her. And it's like when you meet her, Christian gives the best hugs.
Really?
All the time we talk, it's just like, I miss you. I love you. When I go home,
Oh
I didn't get to see her. And it's
uh-huh.
funny how small the world is. Christian's baby brother, Roman, is
That's
my
my baby right there. That's my baby.
isn't he the sweetest? So let me
The
tell you how I
sweetest.
know Roman. Gary and I, my husband, we have a big
Uh-huh.
age difference. So my bonus son will be 29 this year. He and Roman are thick as thieves. And so that is how I met Roman. And he's like, yeah, I know you. You're my sister's friend. I'm like, who? He said, Christian. I said, oh, well, you just like my little
Oh
brother
yeah,
then.
you my little brother. You're already adopted.
Bring it on in. And so it's just amazing how through fitness again, met amazing people through Christian, met her sister Faith, and then through Faith, connected with Roman. And I see, okay, my son is around good people, good
Mm-hmm.
dads. For them to be so young, they just come from a great family,
They
just
do.
like you. And
I think it's like 11 of them.
how it is with y'all. And I just love, love, love that. And so, like I said, fitness has put me in places as I was preparing. I literally thank God. I'm just like, God, thank you for allowing me to be authentically
Mm-hmm.
myself, be accepted by people that I have never met in person, and then for them to think enough of me to share their platform with me because that is big. I know
Mm-hmm.
I am very purposeful in who I let in my face because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I like to think of the guilty by association, and you want to have those people in your circle that are good for you. Nobody's
Right.
perfect. I know I'm
Right.
not perfect, but I want to be able to open my social media because, unfortunately, as an influence, we do spend a little more time than normal on those apps.
Mm-hmm.
I want to open it and I want to be fed. Your content feeds me, it keeps me focused. Don't, you know, um, be influenced by the masses. And I've done
Exactly.
things like that where you get into the think I'm gonna do a little more booty exercises. That ain't even me. I don't ever promote, come train with me, you can get a booty like this because it's genetics. I can just work hard at it and then it looks better. But
Thank
no,
you.
I love training for the inside.
Here's the key. Here, this, just because you're saying that something just sparked.
Uh-huh.
The people who, and it may not be true, it just came to me. The people who promote how to get a booty, the booty, big, never had one. Obviously, didn't grow up with one. I
Baby,
grew up with one. Noticed that I had one that had seven, had stretch heart. My mom was like, "You keep eating, it's gonna get bigger, and it's gonna look like mine with a whole bunch of dimples on it." I was like, "Yuck,
say it
no,
again.
whatever." But notice that the people who naturally have it, I don't. You don't promote booties. I don't promote. It's but the people who don't have, and that's just my opinion.
No,
People who
you're
don't have it are the
absolutely
ones
right.
that's always screaming booty, booty, booty. It's like it's to me. It's getting overrated.
It absolutely is. And
I feel
then
like,
some
what's the
of the
big idea? Why everybody want a big booty? Why? Like,
and they don't even understand what I don't like too is keeping the right people in your circle, trying to like link up thinking, well, this is pushing my own agenda,
mm-hmm,
led me to connect with some people that it was just like they're great people. However, professionally, we don't link. I say
mm-hmm,
that to say people will take shortcuts to achieve what they want and possibly could achieve long term
mm-hmm.
plastic surgery. And it's like, baby, you got this big old booty and the glutes are weak. They're defeating the purpose. If you literally work hard at it, your posterior chain could be so strong. But as you strengthen the posterior part, you can't neglect the core. So then you could take care of all the back problems, all of the bad
You
posture.
better
It's like
preach. You better
you're
preach.
missing the whole benefit of training by trying to get those instant results. It's so crazy. And like you said, it's overrated. Like, ma'am, you didn't have to add a band to that. You didn't have to do. I
See
just
now,
keep scrolling. I keep
Rihanna,
scrolling.
you are. That's how I am when I'm scrolling, and there's a reason why I don't scroll because I'm scrolling like that's so unnecessary. Like, why, like, babe, why you doing that?
For
Why you
real.
doing that? Why you doing that? The average person watching you can't do that.
Yes.
Can't do
And I
that.
love when the influencers, one of my favorite influencers, I don't know if you follow her. I think it's D. Nicole Moore. I think she kept
Oh
her name.
yes, yes, short hair, pretty
Yes.
caramel girl. Yes.
So when I first started following her, because I, just like you, we love anything that's a challenge. Plyo push-ups, sign me up. Oh, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, jump on a box from the seat position. Boom, let me. And so that was her train of styling, and that is why she appealed to me. On top of, like you said,
Mhm.
beautiful brown skin, still, relatable. I don't think she
Right.
has kids. I know she doesn't because she doesn't share them, but all of those things attracted me to her. And so I read recently where she made a post and she was just like, y'all, I'm not doing that no more. I am training for functionality and to
Bingo.
lift pain free all the days of my life.
Bingo.
And I
Bingo.
was just like, I knew it was the
Bingo.
reason why I loved her. I knew it was the reason. I
Bingo. She's
love
related. She's relatable. Now
very
her
much
content is like, so you know what I mean? The people that's like, I feel you on that. I can follow you. I can respect you for that. I
that
can respect
part.
you for that.
That is all I want on social media is respect. I'm like, people will take one post, read you for filth, and it's like, please click my page so that you can see what a sister is about. I did that one post. I don't even know if you saw it. It was like me in some orange leggings, and it says a little bit of cellulite because husband likes
I
sports.
did. I did see that. And you, one of the clips he was walking in, I was like,
Yes, honey,
got
on Facebook, the men
dang
tore me up. Oh, they tore me,
right.
honey. Attention seeking, this, that. I have never been so disrespected in my life on social media. So I'm just like halfway feelings hurt. Halfway, they're just like, oh, another. And I'm like, please click my page, honey. This ain't that. I am not that influencer. I also make marriage content, which you know. I'm like,
Right.
this was for my married ladies to say, hey, build the body
So
you
you
love.
had men come at you?
If I could screen share the comments, the worst. And I
Oh my
found
God. See,
myself.
I have got to get the bigger platform because it would have been perfect time to show this video right now. The video was wonderful.
And I was thinking, as women, because we're always nitpicky. Oh my God, I got a little dimple here. It's like, baby, as long as you know that you are prioritizing what you eat, prioritizing how you train and how you live, and this is good, build the body you love.
Thank
Healthy
you.
does not have a look. Yes, I got a little bit of dimples, like you said, 10 months postpartum. Will they be there maybe in a couple of months? Probably not, because I've been eating cleaner. But this was just to say, my husband don't want me to have super tight glutes, which I've had before,
Hmm.
they read me for filth. And it's just like on social media, it's hard to have respect
Hmm.
and then remain relatable and then show that little bit of realness. Because it's like, I
Right.
like to laugh. I like to make marriage content. I like to connect. It's just,
But
it's
your
so hard.
content is very relatable.
Thank
It
you.
gives, so like I was saying in the beginning, if like your content is for the fit mom, is for the lazy mom, for
That
lack of
part.
better word. It is for
Yes.
the everyday mom. It is for the wife.
Thank
It
you.
is for couples.
Thank
It is for fitness couples. Your
Yes.
content covers a variety of different avenues.
Yes.
So that's why I couldn't understand why they were so upset. Like you can watch a so many people can relate to it because your one content reaches a lot of people. Like I said, the fit mom, the single mom,
Yes.
because you work out with your son. You do
Hmm.
content praising your husband, praising your relationship. You do
Yes.
stuff for the average mother, the single woman,
Yes.
the beginner person, the experienced person.
Yes. And that's what I'm glad it
That's
comes across
important.
that way.
That's
Yes.
important because you're relatable and you're simple. You ain't doing all this crazy stuff. You're not. You
It's
have
like you
wonderful content.
think, and look, that's how I
Wonderful,
feel about yours.
wonderful,
I look at your
wonderful.
content, always inspired. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna pick up this heavier weights. Like I told you, when we were talking offline or off air. It's like you need people that are pushing you in the direction that is going to get you one step, two steps, three steps closer to your goals. I want to grow that muscle tone and lift heavier. I look at you deadlifting. I was like, I gotta share this with Leslie. I couldn't even wait to make the reel. I done posted it to my story. Like, y'all, when I posted Leslie sharing her deadlift tips, I listened to it. Deadlift looked so good. I stood there rewatching that video, like, wow, she really helped me perfect my deadlift with all. I think it was like 4 tips you shared, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh. being in tune with your body is
Yep.
so important. And that's another thing that fitness has done with me. You really take that little small second to be like, let me listen to my body because it's going to talk loud.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen, it's when we start to ignore it. That's when we get injuries. That's when we get into ego lifting or
Mm-hmm.
just even being lazy sometimes. I know I'm guilty of it where it's like, whew, I've been working out and eating clean all week. Here it is Thursday, knowing I'm not supposed to have my little cocktail till Saturday. Let me just, and then before you know it, you done started on Wednesday and you're still going on the next Wednesday. It's like, nope,
Nope.
don't even want it. I need
Right.
people in there that are reminding me, all right, ain't nobody else drinking up on here. And I look at your body. It's like, okay, I know what habits she has. Let me tap into the habits that I know that are going to get me closer to my goals.
Now, how long have you been quote unquote influencing? And here's the second part of the question: how has it changed from back then to now?
Okay, so I would say I started, hmm, I'm going to say since Bailey was maybe 4. So that's been about 3 years.
Okay.
And it was, you know what? Okay, influencing would be actually having the followers
Mm-hmm.
2 years. 2 years. And that was when I started with my marriage content. Every morning when I wake up, I listen to Joyce Meyer. She is my favorite. In
My
my mind,
favorite too. I love
honey, and in my mind, Joyce
her.
Meyer is my grandmother. And I hate that she's coming to Atlanta while me and Gary will be away for his 50th. So I will miss my
That
opportunity to
sucks,
see her.
right?
I was so sad. So I listened to Joyce Myers, and I think me and you talked about this where I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I let her sermon speak to me. I take notes, and then I'm like, what can I create out of these notes? And so I started creating marriage content. A lot of it was very controversial in terms of the feedback that I got, but I felt good about what I was putting out because I knew where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
It was from Joyce
It's from.
Meyer's sermon, my takeaway, how I related to an area of my life that
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to improve in. Because at the time, my clientele was amazing back home. And so I'm like, okay, I'm spending a lot of time building my brand and my business. But one area that I don't feel like I am equally focused on is my marriage. And so I
Mm-hmm.
became intentional about it. It's like, okay, I'm listening to the sermon, relate this to what type of wife I want to be. And then let me also put something out there to help another wife that may be feeling the same way.
Right.
So from there, 2 years ago, the it has changed. I have changed my habits. One thing that I have started focusing back on is making sure that my content starts with a sermon. Anything I've had that's went viral has always been deeply rooted in what I listen to in a sermon, whether it be on Sunday or something that Joyce Myers put out. Lately, or yeah, I'll say lately, I've changed that, but in the past months prior, I wasn't doing that and I wasn't getting the return both I'll say mentally and just even in my engagement that I
Mm-hmm.
was getting before. So that's how it's changed for me. I think now that I am back on, hey, be intentional about the things that you put out. Don't just drop content to be dropping it. Reuse something else before you drop something that's not going to um just kind of show people like, hey, this is how God enriches my life. So whether
Mm-hmm.
I go to church on Sunday, listen to it every day like I do, a sermon that's
Right.
15,
Right.
I'm gonna just be a little bit of that light to the world.
Yep.
Now that I'm focusing back on that, my content is back in, it hits different for me. I want to
Yep.
put out something of value. And you asked me how long I had been training. You asked me, I'm sorry, was that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How long? I mean, when did you start content creating?
So
And the time from the time you started and to now, how has it changed?
so that's where it's changed. And also when I started creating content, I feel like it wasn't all of the stuff that we see now. Now I feel like I see people, and no judgment because you can do what you want. If I see one more from the back, I mean, it's the training in the thongs, in the swimsuits. It's like, if you on the beach, I'm gonna pop my fit, like how we just talked about. Like you said, the lady gave you the baby, you gonna see it. But I'm just not the trainer and influencer that's about to wake up and be like, great day to put on a bikini and go outside and train and record it from the
Yeah,
back
right.
and
And
then
do some
bend
jumping
over.
jacks and then.
So I feel like the world is so content is overly sexualized.
Big time. Sex
But
sales.
yeah. And my husband, he's okay with the shorts. And he'll even say, like, babe, you could do something like this. And it's like, it don't feel right. Because, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, when I'm making my content, it starts from a sermon. I don't even feel right putting certain stuff on
Exactly.
certain things. And I've learned
Mm-hmm.
when you got that wrestling of the flesh, cut it.
Don't. But Joyce Meyer even said it. I got this from her. When in doubt, don't. When you got to
That
think about,
part,
I think I should do it. And when you in that phase, don't do it.
that part,
Don't.
I'll have the workout and I'm like, it ain't hitting. So just me staying true to self. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that is the biggest change. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you want to follow these trends or you going to let God lead you? And it's like, you know what to do. Let God
Yeah,
lead
that
you.
is such right. Let
And when it's your
God.
time, it's your
It's
time.
your time.
Yep.
Period. Period. My sisters tell me all the time, and they say every now and then, it's like, Lex, you can have a million followers if you take them leggings off. You have a million followers if you put on something. I'm like, but that's not me. It's not
Yes.
me. It's
And
not
the body
me.
still be hitting in the leggings. I be
Right. Right. And I'm just like, I'm cool. I think I'm an influencer first because I want people to see the God in me. I want people to look at me and say something different about her.
yes.
That's the main reason. And I
Yep.
want God to be glorified and satisfied. I want God
Yep.
to look, smile and like, you know what? I like that daughter.
Because it's a gift from
It's a
God to
gift.
be
It's a
able
gift
to
from God. And so
easily
our way
prioritize.
of honoring God is how we give it back to Him or how we present it to the world.
Amen. Yes.
So I believe I don't believe, I know the gift that God gave me.
Hmm.
So I don't feel comfortable shooting all my deadlifts from behind because I want people to see my booty. That ain't me.
Yes. From the side,
That
'cause I
ain't
need you to see the form. I
from the
want you.
right from the side,
Yeah.
maybe a little from the back, because sometimes my coach want different angles.
Yeah. Yep.
But for the most part, if you can't catch it from the side, the front, and little angle, you
That
ain't
part.
getting it. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I'm just because that's not me. That's gonna make me feel it's uncomfortable shooting, knowing that okay, I'm shooting it and my booty's on the camera. I can't. I can't. I'll
And
redo it. I'll redo
this
it. It's
part
not
too.
me.
Does Ethan have TikTok, YouTube, things like that to where as he's scrolling, he could see mommy?
Probably can. I let him, he gets 20 minutes on TikTok. I
Yeah.
don't want to be where I don't want him. I don't, right.
Mhm.
And the thing, we got kids. I have a son to raise.
Yep.
Me dressing like that and shaking my booty on the camera, I don't want you to bring no chick home like that. I don't want you
That
doing
part.
that. I
And
want to bring
I
somebody who
oh
replicates, not even somebody just like me, but I want you to bring somebody home who respects themselves.
yes.
And
Hmm.
so because I want him to do that, I have to be his example.
Yep.
So fitness influencing these days to me is garbage.
It
It's it
is.
is it is, and no disrespect to anybody, but it's not about teaching, influencing. It's about let me show you what I got because I got to get a like.
Uh-huh.
We care about the likes. You get what I'm saying?
And that's the thing is like you said, the different angles and things like that. It's just like, young man, it's just knowing your audience is going to find you. And I guess that is what I have come to terms with. It's like the people that how you just ran down who my content is for. There were women in the comments that found they're like, girl, the girls who get it, we get it.
We
Forget
get
what
it.
these men talking about because
We
all
get
they
it.
see is booty. They don't
Booty,
care
right?
to
They don't see past or nothing.
they don't care that, hey, do y'all understand that postpartum you go through all these different changes in your body and to finally be able to be like, I'm okay with some cellulite. When I did not have cellulite before this one, that is a hard thing to
Oh heck yeah!
wrap your mind around and to accept this is my body now after two
This is the
kids.
new normal, and I'm either gonna live with it or I'm gonna complain about it. Just
Yes.
be
And
okay with it.
you have to constantly love on yourself to get there. And that's all I ever try to convey in my content. It's just, hey, whatever your body is, as long as you know that you are healthy
Hmm.
and not fake healthy, but real healthy, because there's so many trends. Do this diet, do this. I was at the swimming pool yesterday,
Exactly. Oh my
and
gosh.
the trends are like, if I see one more person gonna follow the watermelon diet, it's like it's a watermelon. eat the watermelon, but why we gonna do it for? I don't know. It's like eat
I'm
a
gonna do the celery diet. I'm gonna do a juice diet for 7 days. I just feel
the
like people, come on, there's more to it than that.
it's like develop that healthy relationship. And you can probably attest to this too. With fitness, it forces you to take a second to really think like, is what I'm about to eat, what I'm
Hmm.
about to do, how's that going to affect me long term? And not just on a physical aspect, but mentally and even how you feel. I was telling my husband, we ate pizza last night. I'm like, pizza don't even hit the same no more. It's like, I'd
Hmm.
rather make a pizza at home or get gourmet pizza. It ain't gonna be $7.99. It's probably gonna be $27.99,
Hmm.
but it's gonna make me feel different because I know the quality of ingredient is gonna be what my body can use and what
And
my
you
body.
know what you know what because you're making it at home. You know how much you're putting of it. You know what type of oil you use, and you know what type of
Yes.
sauce. You have control over all of that.
And we
However, don't knock it. Now, give me a good Little Caesars thin crust. I'm smashing. Okay, just let you
used
know
to
that,
my mama told me about Little Caesars thin crust because Mikey
girl.
loves their wings. Is it fire?
I don't know about the wings or nothing, but that little and I get a large too. I will smash them up by itself. I get
Ooh,
Ethan his own little piece because I'm
shut
smashing it.
up.
I
See,
know it's
that's gonna
for a
be me. We're gonna
breakfast.
have to try the thin crust. We're gonna
Thin
try the
crust is
thin crust.
amazing. So it's
Okay.
pretty much you just eating cheese and pepperoni. That's pretty much what it is.
We are gonna try that. Here you go.
We don't have all the dough.
I got my little
Um.
savior here. Baby
Oh,
number.
bye, baby. Look at Bailey. So
You
pretty.
say hi to Miss Leslie.
You know I
Hi.
love Bailey because she chocolate like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty princess.
I know she look because she chocolate princess right there.
Honey, she done been at six. Like it was 100 degrees here today. Thank you so much, baby. Oh no, I'm working. You did. We're gonna talk all about it in a minute, okay? But she done went to Six Flags, had the time of her life, and that goes back
Nice.
to having a good village. I mean, there would not be a Fit Ree Fitness if it was not for my husband, my mom, my mother-in-law. They literally allow me to do me, grow my brand, and help with the kids and things like that. I am always grateful and just like always giving them their flowers. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Whether
Hmm.
it's watching them while I go to the gym, because as you know, every session becomes a moment for creating content. And
Of
if I can
course.
be in there uninterrupted for 1 hour, sign me up. And look, mama, I'm gonna bring you a bottle of wine. I'll bring you some dinner, whatever it takes. I got you. Thank you for allowing me to just get one step closer
Hmm.
to growing my brand and helping others out. And when I speak in terms of like growing my brand, and we talked about this earlier, I am always an advocate of helping moms figure out how can I priorize my health and wellness without that guilty feeling. It doesn't take hours in a day. I see people all the time. I spend 2 hours in the gym. It's like, where'd you get that 2 hours, baby? Because I don't have 2 hours. At one point, see, but that's the one kid with Bailey, my kid with Blue.
See, but
It
all of that changed now. Ain't no school. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
that is
school.
true. That's true.
School. Ain't no school. So it's like, okay, them 2 hour workouts become like an hour, maybe 50 minutes sometimes. And even though I can work out downstairs,
Yeah.
the interruptions of him shortens
Mommy,
all of that.
can I? I love the
Mommy,
mommy.
can
Look
I
at
do
this.
that? And
It's
then
like
go back
that's the
upstairs. I'd be like,
coolest
"Sis,
thing.
you could have waited till I was done, but yay, yay. Like, who
I
cares? So I get it. And while you're talking
love it.
about balancing all of that, what do you think has been the hardest being a wife, mom, a new mom as well, starting your own brand and trying to, get it out there? Like out of those and managing a household and another job, what has been the hardest? What has been the most challenging? Because you seem like you got the balance pretty well. But what is the out of the balance? What's the hardest?
I'm gonna say the wife part.
Oh, tell me more.
Okay, so this is the thing. The wife part is hard. I feel like when you before you have kids, it's like you can be as selfish as you want. But I feel like the moment
Hmm.
the baby comes out, you instantly like prioritize this kid.
Yep.
This is my. It just happens
The
without
minute, the
without
minute.
you
Even
even doing
sometimes the
anything.
minute when you find out you're pregnant, it's almost you get this motherly instinct. It happens
Yes,
immediately.
I got to start changing my eating habits, change my spending habits.
Hmm.
Oh, I got to. So that I just feel like God designed women. We were created to be mothers.
Mm-hmm.
So that happened. That was kind of effortless. And yes, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but it's different. It never feels like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I can look at moms like you. Like I love my boy moms. I'm just like, oh, okay, boom, we got this here. That's easy. Bailey and Blue. But the wife part, there aren't a lot of content creators that speak to this is how you be a dutiful wife and run a business and do this. It's like, that they wear those hats, but it ain't no handbook, and it would be so easy. And as I'm growing, and I think sometimes because we do have the age difference, as I
Mm-hmm.
am growing and maturing, I feel like I'm constantly changing. And my husband is so patient with me
That's good.
all the time. I just feel like, and it could be that I'm hard on myself. I just feel like I have to make a conscientious effort to really prioritize my marriage, because a lot of times it can fall on the back burner. It's kind of like you can be irritated
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, I don't want to take it out on the kids. So please sit down. But what do you want? And it's just,
Right.
I don't even
Uh-huh.
take that second to be like, don't, so
Right,
I
right.
have to, and it could be also, I saw my mother be a strong mom, a good mom, but I ain't see my mama have a husband. So I didn't, that could be
Mm-hmm.
why it's a little bit more difficult, or I have to really focus on being a wife. But it would definitely be being a wife, even with our anniversaries. My husband knows I'm a hustle for the muscle, I'm a hustle for the dollar. He knows it's in me. Every 2 years, we go on a big vacation, and I pay for everything and treat him because I want him to know I
That's
do
so sweet.
appreciate your patience with me. I do appreciate you sharing me with the world, because even
Mm-hmm.
at night, I have also been intentional about paying attention to what he does, because he is very much a lead by example. And then when it gets too much, he blows up. He
Mm-hmm.
don't bring his phone to bed no more. And I noticed he would make little comments like, I'm gonna have to knock that phone out your hand because you just be on it at night. And I'm like, ooh, you got me there. Because not only did I notice that he didn't bring his to bed, he said something about it. Let me be mindful, because I will be at 10 o'clock at night. Hi, Ree. I was wondering about, and I'm like, oh, well, I got to make the sale. Girl, it's 10 o'clock at night. CVS closed. Taco Bell is the only
And
thing
I don't
open.
even got right. I ain't got no husband. My phone going do not disturb at 8:30 p.m.
So
I
did
don't do
you,
no business after that.
you
Nothing.
always been like that, or you had to grow to develop those
I've
boundaries?
always been like that only because I've always been an early bird and I go to
Okay.
bed early.
Okay.
Get up at 4. I'm done with my last class at 7:30. By 8:30, Ethan and I are in the bed. So I
Okay.
think I've
Oh,
always been like this, but I've been really, really on it lately since I've had a child because I serve people. You and I, we serve people all day long.
yes.
I got a son. I have to be so when I shut everything down, fitness, I still got to work and be a mom.
Yeah.
Now I got to do homework. Now I have to do this. So my clients, yeah, I see the text. I don't respond to anything until the next morning. Anything after 8:30, because I have to set boundaries. Because if you don't,
Yeah.
people take advantage of you. Or I don't think else,
I
it may
wish you
not
could.
even be take advantage of you, or they just
No, they
think that
do.
you just available all the time. Like I know my trainer goes. It's like
Yeah.
I'm a coach. I understand that, but I'm still a mom. Right after I
Yeah.
shut the day down, Ethan deserves as much time as I've given y'all. He deserves that time as well.
That part. The two things you just said, if you don't set the boundaries, people will take advantage,
Hmm.
and they deserve it. I just know how hard I work, and I know that he deserves to have somebody
Yes.
love on him, pour on him. It's just like when you know you got a good person, it's just like I don't ever want him to feel like I take advantage of him.
Hmm.
So it would be the wife hat for me. It's just like, oh, let me make sure this thing right,
Right.
because I feel
You
like
still
he
gotta say
tilting.
cute. You still gotta mother 2 kids. Go to work.
Give him his vacation.
Train other clients. You have a lot on your plate.
It
You have
is.
a lot on your plate, and you always want to feel appealing to your husband too. You never want to lose that. So you have to do a lot of self love as well, self care.
Yes. And I don't ever, I guess because he chose me, I chose him. It's not like God just gave him to me. God gave me the kids. I feel like I'm gonna love my kids always. They gonna love me. But because he chose me, I want him to feel like I made the right decision. And I want to let him know, hey, you made the right decision too, baby. I am the prize, not just aesthetically, but hey, I am covering our family and just
Absolutely.
little things like that. So, exactly what you said, just being intentional about it and purposeful. The same habits that I have developed in fitness, I will say that those have made being a wife easier. Um, it's like, hey, let me be on time to I don't know. It could be, babe, can you make me a sandwich? Instead of, yeah, I'm gonna get to it, because if it was time to go to the gym, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go. Nope.
Bye. Right.
Drop everything and make the sandwich. Just little things like that. It's the little things that matter. And
Right.
it's just a different variation. Same intensity in the gym. I want him to always feel the pressure. And
Mm-hmm.
I just am grateful, I guess, because I know how busy I am, and I know how aggressive I'm chasing things while still at the same time honoring God's timing. So
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if I get these things in order, God gonna come through, and he just gonna be like, okay, whew, here's a little peace of mind. And when I
Mm-hmm.
do right, I feel at peace inside. I don't feel anxious, and I don't feel like your mind will kind of fight back at you like you ain't doing enough. You da.
Right.
When I'm
Right.
doing things right and I'm prioritizing God, my husband, my kids, and my business in that order, it's like, oh, it just feels
A
easy.
lot
And in
better.
those moments, people will write me, girl, you be doing a lot. And it's like, no, I didn't even really feel like it, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to
Supposed
do
to be
by,
doing in divine order as well.
there we go.
In divine order.
It
Something
helps.
you said earlier, and something that I live by as well. And I tell my clients this, not so much clients, I tell everybody this. If you can control your fit life and nutrition, if you can control what you put, if you can get a hold of that,
Mhm.
this area of your life, it will carry over to every other area. This is hard.
Absolutely.
This is hard for people.
That should be a sound bite.
It's
It's hard
hard for
for me.
people. But if you can control what you put in your mouth, if you got a control of your fitness life, it's
Yes,
gonna carry over to every other area of your life. I
it
stand on
does.
it and I put that on my mama.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time.
It does. It does. And even like Joyce Myers talks about not letting your emotions control you and controlling your emotions. That also has been something. Good day, bad day, you're going to catch me in the gym. Birthday, snow day, you're going to catch me in the gym. Rain day, Sunday, you're going to catch me in the gym. And taking that same discipline, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
baby, that same everything, you got to apply that. So even when me and my husband are just kind of, because we're oil and vinegar, but the best kind, it's like he's my best friend, but we know how to get to each other. And
Mm-hmm.
nurturing and not triggering, that is
Mm-hmm.
something that we are so good about now, making sure that there's a good balance there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my thing. It's like, you know what? That just pissed me off. So let me not react. And even though I may not be able to go to the gym, and I'm gonna say me a little prayer, and I'm not going to respond in a way that's gonna trigger you. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
just mentally take my mind to where I know it goes when I'm
Mm-hmm.
in the gym. Woosah, and I probably ain't gonna have a smile on my face. Don't touch my booty, okay? And I'm gonna see you in the bedroom, and we gonna cuddle, but don't touch me. But like you said, if you can control that fitness side, it carries over, because I
You're
know
right.
that if I don't, I'm gonna let them emotions control me. Then I'm be
Mm-hmm.
saying something crazy. He gonna say something crazier, and now we both talking crazy, and then the kids see it, and we just know
It's just a
that's
vicious cycle once it goes off.
yes, and
It's
we
very
know that's
vicious.
not what we want. And even with my husband, I don't know if you get this. He told me the other day, he was like, "You do realize I'm the man in this marriage," and I was like, "Ooh, was I a little snappy?" But I know
A
me.
little spiky with them.
But I am like a alpha female. Or do you get that? And
I
I
get
don't
that a
know.
lot. I get that a lot. You are alpha female. Alpha. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
And
Let's see.
I have to, I guess I don't be thinking that it's there, but maybe it just is. And so little things like that I've learned, because it used to be so hard for me to say, I'm sorry. But if a
Mm-hmm.
customer complains, I am so sorry you
That's the
feel that
first
way.
thing you say. It rolls right off of your tongue, right?
Yeah. And then I'll be genuine with it. I am sorry that you felt that way, customer. I am sorry that this.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it so hard for me to say to my husband?
Husband.
So
Yeah.
once I started thinking of it like that, I even told him the other day, didn't happen automatically. It might have been 2 hours later, but I was like, babe, I am sorry. I was wrong. And it was in terms of he was telling our daughter something about if we're going somewhere, make sure you have your shoes on before we park the car. That way you can just get out and we're not having to wait on you. And I'm like, well, it's no one behind us. But how would I feel if I told my client, I think you should maybe instead of starting out with a deadlift, let's just maybe start out practicing the hip
Mm-hmm.
hinge or with a move to activate your glutes. And someone says, let her do this. This is my client. So when I thought about it in those terms, it's like, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
This is a partnership.
Right.
You said it, back them up. You don't need to give no, oh, it's okay. Because no, daddy said it. That's what it is. So I'm learning and I am growing. And it was major of me to say, I am sorry, babe. I was wrong. He just kind of looked like and gave me a kiss. And
That
that was the end of it. And we came back downstairs and finished our game of dominoes. It's just
was it.
all a part of, I don't know. It's so funny because I say, well, I'm almost 40. And I feel like I'm just now tapping into this thing of you ain't always got to be right. You ain't always got to have the last word.
And it's okay to say sorry. It's
Ooh,
okay.
it's hard. Like, nah.
It's hard, but I don't like to argue with people.
That part.
Because if it takes a sorry, hey, I was wrong, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I want to be good. I don't want nothing on my conscience. I
Hmm.
just want to be good.
Creflo said that this morning. If it cost you your peace, it ain't worth it. Especially arguing over some damn shoes, getting some
Like,
clothes.
what's the point? They
And
just
I'm learning.
shoes. They just shoes.
And I am learning.
Throw the mugs out the window. Now what we gonna argue about? They
E-
just shoes. So
Exactly.
that's good. So good that you're learning. Now I'm gonna switch gears because
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a question that I want to know
Okay.
because it took me. Ethan was born in December 2016. I didn't feel like I got my back in fitness until early 2019.
Really?
You just had a baby 10 months ago. And y'all, I left her link. You have to follow her page to see this chick's body. I'm telling you, when I see you train, I'm like, how? I felt like I was, and everybody always say, well, if you nurse, the weight gonna come off. I nursed for 2 years, and the weight ain't do nothing.
I tell people ask
Nothing.
me all the time, like, was it your breastfeeding that helped? And I'm like, I didn't even put
I guess that ain't for everybody because it took me almost damn
yeah.
3 years to feel like, oh, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
I felt so discombobulated for 2 years. I didn't snap.
Yeah.
You have lost, what was your starting weight before pregnancy and what are you now?
So before pregnancy, I made sure that I got into the best shape of my life. I was at 145. Then I got up to 209, like my last doctor's appointment with Blue.
I delivered at 206.
Whew. I, and
I gained 60, I gained 55 pounds.
and they were so worried about me, like, you're gaining so much weight. And I'm like, I don't feel with Bailey. Now I was just lazy. With Blue, I knew better, so I did better. And he was planned as opposed to Bailey was just like, oh wow, we're
Oh,
pregnant.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So 206. And then I now weigh 162. And it's
We're the
so
same weight.
funny. Yes. So funny. I would have never thought that
We're the same
I
weight.
would like how I look at 162 because in my mind, I have to be 125 pounds, 135, 150. And
And
now
I'm
I'm like,
straight on that.
I learned that.
You 162 for real?
And I want to
I
get to
thought you was about to
170.
say 150 something.
Everybody,
Not even, I'm talking about maybe 150. I thought you were way smaller than me.
I
That's how
want to get
small you look on
really,
video. Yes.
okay, how tall are you though? I'm only 5'1".
You are lying.
Yeah.
You're
Bailey,
not 5'1".
if I have Bailey come over here, I
You are
said, did you
not
grow in your
five.
sleep?
You are not 5'1".
He's almost as tall as me.
And y'all, I ain't faking this reaction either.
Yes.
You are 5'1".
5'1".
I thought you
Yeah.
were about to say I'm 5'8".
No, my sister is. I'm gonna have to do a video with her, and I'm gonna ask people,
You
but
are
other,
5'1" for real? Okay,
other
I'm
people I
five
thought I was.
three.
Oh, so basically,
Boo, don't
yeah.
do me. I ain't no little bitty.
Oh, you
You
ain't no
little
little
bitty.
bitty.
Don't do me. I'm a giant, baby. I'm 5'3", but in my mind, I'm 6 even.
That's how I be feeling because I sure be getting with Gary with
You
his
are not
this.
5 feet. You are not 5'1".
Yep, five
You
one.
look 5'7", 5'8".
Really?
I'm not
No.
lying.
So that would be why I have to also, in my mind, I thought, oh, I have to stay super small because
Mm-hmm.
all my weight is just crunched. Now that I'm focusing more on my diet, prioritizing heavier lifting, prioritizing dropping my body fat, not paying attention to the scale, I feel better. The only reason that I went so hard postpartum, we relocated to Georgia. I was just 2 months pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm leaving behind all this steady income in Kansas City because I did my 4-week series. I knew that at on the low side, I would have maybe 10 girls, high side, 18 girls every month that were going to join me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that people were putting me in their budgets. It was a financial security blanket to stay in Kansas City. But I also knew that Georgia was going to offer something better for my children and a better quality of life for my husband because he wasn't going to have the influences that he had back home where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
let's just drink and party and do this and do
Mm-hmm.
that. Pause there. So he was just like, Rihanna, instead of focusing on trying to do these series, trying to do these challenges, stay relevant. Just document your journey.
Mm-hmm.
It took me almost 3 months to get that. I was just like, I am running myself ragged
Mm-hmm.
mentally by trying to keep up with the pre-pregnancy Ree. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting tired. I couldn't do anything like until my third trimester anyways. So then once I had Blue, it was like, oh, I got my body back. I'm ready. I'm in a new city. I have to now show them what I'm about. So I don't think if I were back home, I would have been in such a hurry. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of, and I said I was going to share this in some type of testimony. I just have not documented it yet. So this is my first time saying this. After Blue, I was just like, I got to go. And I got to go so hard. And I got down to like, I'm gonna say 140, 145. And I thought, oh my God, I look so amazing. When I tell you I felt like shit, I
Really?
was
This is after this
after
baby?
Blue. I made that post
Really?
of me like in those, what did it say? I was like in some orange shorts and I was like making this post about look at me postpartum. And I'm like, I felt like shit mentally. I just felt like I was doing, you know how we tell our clients don't try to focus on everything at once because you will get burnt out.
Yep.
So what happened was I went from that 140, got burnt out. I didn't work out for like a month and told myself, oh, I'm just taking a much needed break. But really, I was eating like crap. I was drinking. I just did not have the motivation to train. I got to a point where I was sharing videos of myself. Um, I just didn't feel good. Then I'd say I
How long
just
did it take you to lose from the time you delivered to that 145 in the
boom. Let me tell you,
what was the span? Because it had to happen in months because
it
the way
was
you yeah, you got
it.
lean
I'm about to tell you
quick.
exactly.
I almost like, what the heck this girl do?
So I posted, okay, boom, here's the video. What day was this? This says April 15th.
Mm-hmm.
April 15th. So Blue was born in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 7 months. In 7 months, I had got down to my goal weight. And I looked so amazing postpartum. Look at me. And I'm posting this fit as a mother 20-minute workout, smiling with my baby. And when I tell you I could probably after that sit in the shower and cry like I am so tired. Nothing is working. I am just it was crazy. One side, because I'm pushing my own agenda at this point, thinking, God, they must want me to look skinny and fit and then have this
Mm-hmm.
baby and just convey this or portray this perfect image. And I was burnt out. And then I
Mm-hmm.
didn't post anything. So after that, there's old content, kind of new, from the side, from the back, not even showing my body. And I would say it wasn't until what is this? So the 6 month, June 4th, I was at a heavier weight, started prioritizing my diet again and just saying, Rihanna, do what you feel like and just
Mm-hmm.
prioritize eating clean, prioritize this here. And then we started going back to church and then it all clicked. And now I'm at 165. I feel good. I am in a good routine with the gym, but I am prioritizing spending time with my family instead of just,
Mm-hmm.
I got to run to the gym. No. stop. And like you said, school's out. Come on, Bailey, let's go for a walk and talk. Let's go ride around. She likes riding her bike. It's just a different mental space that I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
that I feel healthier postpartum. And it could be I was running away from like what could have been self-diagnosed postpartum depression. And
Mm-hmm.
now I felt like, I guess then it can't be me. No, I'm just gonna work it away, because that's what I do. I go to the gym. That's our therapist. I'm just gonna go to the gym and then I'm gonna feel better. That
Right.
don't solve nothing, because
Get to the gym, be feeling like crap in the gym. Like,
yeah,
this ain't work either.
I wasn't confronting it. And so I started, I guess, keeping it real with myself. And now I feel so much better. Even when I don't feel good, I
Mm-hmm.
feel better, because it's just like, you don't feel like going to the gym today. That don't mean take off on eating. Just do a little something. Those 30-minute workouts that I do on TikTok. On some Mondays, that's all I do. And I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel like going to the gym. I like being outside. I'm going to go to the stadium, Bailey ride her bike. I'll kind of chase her, play around. I'm going to run the stairs. Just being active and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that my fitness journey, just like when I was pregnant, it didn't consist of lifting all the time. I did aqua. I tried cycling. I would do a little Zumba. That wasn't how I trained prior to being pregnant.
Right,
Now I
right.
realize, after, sometimes my fitness journey is going to be doing nothing, but I'm going to stay consistent with my eating. It's going to look like me walking and talking with Bailey. I'm doing a little something. So I'm just becoming okay with not being okay and understanding it ain't going to happen overnight. I'm, I give myself 2 years now. So, and I feel like me in this space, content is better because this
Mm-hmm.
is better. So
Yeah, of
it's been
course.
a journey. It's like this. It's crazy. But
But that's why it's a journey. The
yeah,
journey don't stop until we 6 feet under. So I tell
there we
people
go.
all the time, it's a fitness journey. It's not a marathon, because a marathon at some point ends.
That's what I was
A
trying to do in the
journey
field.
doesn't.
Yep.
It just ends. And in that journey, we have these ups and downs. That's why fitness is never linear.
Yeah.
It's never. It has these moments, and
Hmm.
those moments are okay.
Yeah.
They are okay. And so
I get
sometimes, like you
questions like
said,
that.
taking a rest day. I'm older.
Yeah.
I used to be that girl. No days off. No days off. No days.
Yes.
Sometimes I be feeling like, how many rest days I had? 3. I'm gonna do one more, maybe 2.
But see, that's the thing. Your consistency, you can't even tell, because you still look amazing. You still feel good, and you listening to your body. It's just, even when I get that question, how long did it take you? I hate telling people, because it's like, I don't want them to think, yeah,
Because
in
they'll put
7
that
months.
number in their mind to say that, okay, it took her
Yes.
6 months. Man, I can do it. No, everybody's journey different.
You know what I realized? Why don't you share what you eat? I'm gonna tell you my reason, but how come you don't share what you eat? Like,
I got a couple reasons why I don't. The number one reason is because I eat the same thing every day. To me, I feel like it's boring.
yeah,
To get results sometimes is 90% boring. I don't
say
care
that
nobody
again,
say.
because I definitely eat tuna out of a can for lunch almost every day, but I
It's,
like it.
it's boring. And
Yeah,
I also don't share is because people will gravitate towards that, and they think what worked for my body will work for their body. So that's
I'm.
why I don't do a lot of eat with this is what I eat in a day. Because people will write that junk down and they'll eat it every day and they wonder why they're not seeing results.
Yep.
I'm different. I train as a
Mhm.
power lifter. I probably eat double what a bodybuilder eats.
Yeah.
And so, but what keeps me lean is, and this is an advice to you and everybody else, when you change your focus, my
Hmm.
focus ain't, oh, I got to lose weight. My focus is not aesthetics. My focus
Yes.
is, I got a 7-year-old son who I need to be healthy for. And when
Amen.
you redirect your focus and take your focus off a number, that's
That
when the
part.
weight loses. That's when the body composition part
Where's
changes.
the clap
All
says?
of that, all of that
Yes.
changes when you redirect. Get your focus off of that. I tell my clients that I run, how many scales I got in my basement, because I tell my clients, bring your scales here.
Uh
Bring them
huh.
to me.
Yep.
Stop letting that scale and that number be the end all be all of your
It
fitness
will
and weight
mentally
loss
screw
journey.
you.
Yes.
That's
I
how I
said, when
felt.
you redirect your focus and say, I want to be healthy.
Yes.
I just want to be healthy. The weight takes care of itself.
Hence how I
It's
got from the 145 to 165. I was worried about the look, the aesthetics, and now
mhm.
it's like, I want to be strong. I want to
And
live
bring
healthier.
that's it.
So now, shifting my focus, it's like, It's less stressful when you
It's
trying to.
less stressful when you change the focus. Get up to my client, get a new goal of mine.
Yes.
Not a goal that has no number.
Yep.
So go to the store and buy your pair of jeans and say, "This is my focus. I just want to get
That
into
part.
these jeans." And what is it going to take to get into these jeans? A whole bunch of stuff, but don't
Yep.
get on that scale.
And being patient with yourself. I don't know why I
Yes.
was thinking, uh the whole I gotta look this way by summer. I'm like, no, why did I even make, and I know better than to do these things, but I think that's why coaches need coaches, because they bring you back to reality. We're like,
Hmm.
I'm a coach. Well, I know and the thing is too, what do you want to call it? Maybe like trainer maturity and just
Hmm.
maturity as a woman. Like you said, you're older and forget the number. The number is not a reflection of how strong you are, how dedicated
Thank
you are,
you.
nothing. And
Yes.
I tell that to my clients, but then I couldn't preach that to myself. And I thought, my clients want to see me look this way. They don't care. They come and
Right.
it's like I could slap myself for even thinking that.
Right.
It feels so much better mentally shifting the focus.
Shift the focus. That's all you got to do. If you change the focus, focus on something else, I promise you, the weight will come off. And without you even knowing it, it's just
Yes.
going to fall off.
Leslie,
Your
your
body
tracks look
composition.
amazing.
Oh, do they?
They do.
Yeah.
They look
need to
so good.
need to get some boobs now. When I get that next 5,000,
Honey,
it's on and popping. Just let y'all
you
know right
sound like
now.
me. But
On
you
and
know what's crazy? This is another thing. Influencing, totally off subject. When people say like get rid of your hip dips doing this exercise, I just want to punch the phone because you cannot get rid of hip dips. Then when people say, what was I going with this? Ah, crap, crap, crap.
get rid of your hip dips.
I know.
Get the perfect thigh gap. Why?
Yes,
Why do you
that's what I was
care?
gonna
Like,
say. How people say you can't lift your boobs. I'm like, y'all a lot. I've been doing dumbbell chest press, a whole just nice tight lift. It's so crazy. They need to have like the Facebook thing where they say this is fake news. They need that on some of the content. Like, that's a lie. Okay.
you
Do you
know what? A part of this podcast, I was gonna start doing that. You know how people have the little side by side. So I was gonna play a video or some crap that some chick watching, and then I was gonna commentate on it. And the only reason why I
please?
didn't do it is because I don't want to come off as judgmental. I don't want my reputation to be that on this
But you're not.
platform.
It's going to
You know what I
educate
mean?
people on following quality accounts. I have unfollowed all the shade room, this, that, and the other. Now my entire algorithm is locks and content creators that educate. The
Education.
the influencers that I follow that maybe don't focus so much on education, it would be like you, the D Nicole Moore, but I know the intention
Hmm.
behind the content, the quality, the
Hmm.
things that they're prioritizing form, they're prioritizing functional train, things like
Right.
that. I say that to say I wouldn't even think that you were being, a mean girl by saying, ladies, this example here. Do you follow Goob for you? I think it is
Yep.
on.
Hmm.
I love his account
I
because
love it because I love how he exposes people. I love it, but sometimes when I read the comments, I'm like, I ain't cut out for this. Because one of my videos while I was pregnant went viral. I think, and it went viral because girls, no, it was Girls Who Powerlift, that page,
okay,
really big page.
yeah.
They reposted one of my videos, and it got like, I think it even took the whole video down. It got like over 1,000 comments.
Wow.
People are so mean
They were mean
because
because you were lifting.
when they posted it, another outlet got to it, and so you got a whole nother outlet that it went viral on, who don't work out, don't understand that this is okay to do.
And let me
You
guess,
know,
you were doing the baby
you
harm.
killing your baby. That's why your baby gonna die. I mean, people. I was like, people are really bullies. It hurt my feelings. I was like, I don't want. I was
Yes.
like, I don't want to be famous. If famous people go through this, like Cardi B, got to go through this every day.
All the
I don't
time.
want it. I don't want it.
Say that part.
I don't want it. And so that was, and then I did another one. This was a
Uh-huh.
real. I took that video down too. I didn't think on waist trainers. I got so much backlash.
I
At least
remember
I got a
this
lot
one.
of
This was recent,
backlash.
right?
Maybe about in 2019.
I feel like I remember it.
2019.
And
I got backlash from people who I thought rocked with me. That was, you know what I mean? Like you can concede it. You think you all that just because you know what I'm saying. You got asked how you gonna just tell. I was just like, I thought y'all rock with me. This is weird. I was just like, oh, I'm not. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that type of content.
see, I don't like
Mm-mm,
that because right is right and wrong
mm-mm.
is wrong. And I used to be, I have to be a wear waist trainer. You can't. I just deleted how we was talking about how I ran out of space on my phone. After Blue, I'm gonna actually, I wonder if I can retrieve it. Had a 9-minute video of me trying to squeeze my probably 1 week postpartum ass into this faja. That I'm like, why is the video 10 minutes? If it take you 10 minutes to put on something, do not
You
put it
can't fit it,
on.
sis. You can't fit it. You can't fit it.
Couldn't
Take you 10 minutes.
squeezed it on, put it on for like 1 minute. All that 10 minutes, I remember taking it off, and I was like, oh my God. I felt it just totally restricted, constricted, all of it. I can look back and I'm like, none of my success aesthetically, and I was competing when I wore a waist trainer, it wasn't attributed to that waist trainer. It was all diet and genetics.
Rihanna, baby, you are speaking the truth. I had my epiphany in the gym while I was wearing it. And I was
Man,
wearing it. A company was paying me to wear it. Every time I post, I got paid $200. That's a
shut
lot, but that
up.
was good for me.
That is
So
a
I wore
lot.
Paul. Yeah, I was post. I was like, oh, man, they ain't nothing. I wear it to bed if you want me to, and it ain't no big thing.
Right.
Send me that money.
Yeah.
One day I was doing pull-ups with it on. And as I was doing pull-ups, I don't know if I heard the Holy Spirit. I don't know what. And I heard just so clearly, like, you're false advertising.
Mm.
So okay, after doing my pull-ups, I'm kind of like sitting there waiting for the next set, like, what? And it clicked. I went in the bathroom and I took it off, and I remember making a video after that. And I was telling people that now at this time I am about maybe 130 pounds because I was getting ready to make my way back to the stage when I turned 40. That was the
Yeah.
goal. So at this point, I already lost 30 pounds. I got an 8 pack at this point. And
Period.
I remember saying, I am false advertising.
Mhm.
I am giving credit to a waist trainer or a
For
sweat
your work.
vest, not even my work. I am not giving the real person credit. And that was my nutrition coach.
There we go.
I should be advertising her
Yeah.
because without
Yep.
her, she writes the diet. I just follow. And
Yeah.
that's how I got the results.
Yep.
I didn't get the results because I'm wrapping this around my stomach and I take it off in this sweat. I could have wore a sweater for that, for all I know.
And
You know
still
what
would
I
have had
mean?
the same.
And
Yep.
still would have to, right. But I had to change my mindset and say, Leslie, you have not been giving the right person credit. And even though my
Absolutely.
coach ain't paying me to say, hey, Coach Becky, blah, 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 she wasn't. But I should
Yep.
have. I was giving
Yeah.
somebody else credit
Yep.
for my hard work. I'm the one putting in the work, going to
And
the
then
gym 5 to
genetics
6, 7. Yes. But I was
is.
giving it all to that waist trainer.
Mhm.
And that's what I heard. You're false advertising. And I remember telling God when I started my business, I'm doing honest business.
That part.
Period. So wearing a waist trainer ain't honest business because I'm lying, right? I had
Yep.
to get rid of it. And so when I went on to start telling people like, it ain't, well, you wore it. Yeah, I wore it under the wrong circumstances. I was getting paid. But to be
Exactly.
honest with y'all, I was just following my diet. I
Mhm.
was going to the gym.
And they don't
I
want to hear
did the
that.
work.
And then they get mad when you tell the truth. She
Honey,
lied.
I got so much backline. You think you better than everybody. You walk around, you got that body. I wear my waist trainer for 8 hours and I know it gives me results. No, it don't just make you sweat more. Put a
Not
sweater on.
only that, but I love the whole. I love when people say that, and it's like, ma'am, you take it off and you look good for maybe 5 minutes, but then once your body poof back out, let's be honest, it it's
Nah,
crazy.
it's not.
That's
It's not. And so I was that, and that's the reason why I was like, oh, I don't want to do that content because I don't like the backlash that come with it. People,
yeah.
I get one bad comment, I'm fighting with you in the comment. We going back and forth.
See,
I
I'm
ain't got the
glad I'm not the
energy.
only one. I forgot you were Sagittarius. That mouth, cut
I got
deep.
a fire sign, and when you ignite that flame, it's a wrap.
That's
It's a
my
wrap.
sister. Even if I don't comment back, my sisters, they are like on it. And I agree. But at the same time, there is so much content out there that even if maybe you didn't do it in a mean way, of just educating on why certain things are not healthy, why they are maybe a disadvantage to you progressing,
Hmm.
and give maybe an example of how they could
Yeah.
better achieve the results. But I feel like it's definitely a platform for that because I see so in the creators that do that type of content, whether it be editing your video or just I don't know, just having I don't know, whatever it may be, where it's like, this is not even valuable to your journey. It
Hmm.
needs to be exposed because people follow it and they're like, oh, I don't need a trainer because I can do this. And it's like, it's all everything you see on the internet is not good. And they don't know how to discern between valuable and invaluable. I think that's where
Right.
big and you know, it'll tell you this content is bad. Do you want to see it anyways? They put those kind of warnings up, but it needs to be some on some fitness stuff too.
Like you can't
So
listen to everything. You can't follow everybody. So I tell
yes.
people all the time, find one person
Mm-hmm.
that you can trust, you can rely on. You know that they spit in facts and truth, and they're going to be very transparent with you.
That part.
All of my clients will tell you I'm very honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, um you think I could lose 40 pounds in like 6 months? Nope.
And you don't
You
want
think I
to.
can lose 27 pounds in like three? I got three. Okay. How much weight can I lose? One of my other clients, she's an older lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so we only train like 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, when am I start seeing results? Say maybe in
Not
about
through
six more months. Maybe it depends. And I told her it depends on your consistency and also
that
depends on
part.
this. Like, what does your diet look like? Because
Yep.
to me, you're doing the easy part, which is the working out part. What
Mm-hmm.
you put in your mouth, that's the hardest part.
People always
And
think people
that is going to be
work a
based
bad
on
diet.
your results. You say they do what?
People always think they can outwork a bad diet. I see people all the time on social media, and I don't want to. That's why sometimes I stay off Facebook. You know, you'll see a status and you want to comment your professional opinion. It's like, and don't
I do.
let
And
them,
I'll be typing too. And I'll be like, dude, back.
because they don't
You're
want to hear the truth. Literally, they don't want
going
to
to get
hear.
so much backlash. I don't feel like
Okay,
it.
I
I don't
wasn't
feel
even
like it. I
talking to
just,
you, or I was just joking. It's like, were you okay? Whatever.
what's your credentials? What are your credentials? I went to your page and, okay, I see you work on this stuff, but what makes you think that your opinion is, forget it. You're right. My opinion ain't right. That's
Yep.
why it's called an opinion.
Yep. Not even gonna argue with
And
you.
sometimes I tell people, I'm only saying this because I've been there and done that. I can only speak from experience.
That part,
So I
and that's
know
why
it's
I
wrong.
don't promote. People are like, "Why don't you do a postpartum program?" And it's like, it's literally you could follow as long as you find a coach or a
Hmm.
nutritionist that you can trust. Follow, and then it's a postpartum program. You're postpartum. The meal plan is gonna work for you.
And that is a
Workout.
postpartum program.
And that's why I be thinking, like, I don't want to just attach a name to it and up the it's like bridal makeup. I want makeup done for my birthday. Oh, it'll be 125, but now I want makeup done for my wedding. Oh, wedding makeup, that's 500. I'm not gonna slap another label like postpartum program. Yeah, it's more. And then regular, no.
Because it's not that. Just follow a plan.
Right.
Everything will work for you if you work it and if you
And
stay
we
consistent.
that
It doesn't
part.
have to be labeled as a postpartum. Just
And the
get
only
back
thing
to eating right.
that part. The only thing I prioritize this time around is deep core and pelvic strength. It has saved my life. And I do the same three exercises. People are like, what all do you do? Girl, dead bugs, some reverse floor taps,
That's
and
it.
like a different variation of each, just switching it up. It don't have to be fancy. Like you said, keeping it simple.
Keep it
But
simple.
it don't take
Keep
all
it
the
simple. I'm
fancy
telling you,
stuff.
because the average person is looking for simplicity. They're
Yes.
not looking for what's that Instagram dude, Quite Sweet Renico, who just be lifting, got a couch on his back,
I
and
know he was
then he
talking about my
got
sister sent
a
me his
bike. He riding a
videos.
bicycle with it, and then it's just like you can tell this is
Yes.
strictly organic. This is strictly
But I love
Instagram.
his content because
I
it's
love
literally
it.
showing people
Right.
be doing crazy stuff.
He ain't fitness influencing. He ain't selling no workout plans. He's just creating content that people watch.
And it's a
He
little
found
rich.
a niche and he
Yep.
ran with it. I get it. I
Yep.
get it. But it's a
Just
lot
doing
of fitness influencers out there that I really want to do like, no, no. And I don't like giving my unsolicited advice, but sometimes I ask the person first. I seen your
it.
video. Mind if I give you, I only say tips.
Yep.
I had a question about it so I can make it
Oh, I like
inviting.
that one.
That's
Yeah.
the content. I had a question about it. So if you do this,
Mhm.
sometimes I had one girl say, I mean, you fit. Like, why are you asking me? I was okay. So what I was gonna tell
Ooh.
you, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Exactly. I was finna give you a little gem. Now I'm taking it back.
But you could tell that if I would have said something unsolicited, oh yeah, she probably would have
She would have
blocked
went
me
off.
or made a post about me. I don't, it's not. I only give my unsolicited advice is if I know sometimes I can read a person and say, okay, I think
And
they'll
they
take
want
it.
the help. Yep.
Yeah, and I'll DM them. I won't do it on the post. I'll send it
Yes.
as a message. And I also, you have to
Absolutely.
be careful about it too because you don't want to overstep their trainer.
And sometimes, and that's another thing I was thinking about too, how you said overstep the trainer. With our hair, I'm not just gonna go to Keisha to say, girl, yeah, I know how to retwist. No, I want an actual loctician that is gonna prioritize healthy hair, yada yada yada. And I want you to be licensed because I want you to know what you're putting in my hair and how blah blah blah. There is so much free, and it's like, y'all, hire a professional. People will send you messages and ask you things, and it's like there's a deeper conversation to be had. And I'm going to be honest, circling back to you, I learned this from you when I had reached out to you about coaching. You asked me these very in-depth questions, and I was thinking, why would she ask me all this stuff when she sees me train, da da da. But you're like, I don't want to just give you a blanket answer because fitness is not just blanketed. Everybody's baseline is different, and the approach that we're going to take towards your goals. But at the time that I had asked you, and I'm going to go back through our messages, it was in Kansas City. I feel like I had just moved into my old house. So maybe it was 3 years ago. But little things like that, you picking my brain about, hey, what are your goals? And, just the way that you were going to help me accomplish them. People need to understand that is why it's important to invest in a coach. So a lot of times we get questions. I'm sure you get it. Do you train clients? And it's like, yeah, you didn't see me post it, but let me help you out here. And I'm not just going to give you, this blanket statement. And when I am dropping gems, just like when you drop your gems for, it was which I'm going to try it tomorrow. It was a hip flexor. And I want to say like, you were sitting on the bench and you could it was like an adductor stretch and you rocked
Oh, it's almost
forward.
like I had one foot up on the bench behind and one foot
Yes,
forward. Gotcha.
things like that. The average person, is that the mobility move for you? No. But as heavy as you lift, you definitely want to prioritize warming up, making sure that your hips are not tight so that other muscles aren't compensating, yada yada yada. I love things like that. And even the context that you put in your caption about why this is important and so forth and so on. I wish people would really take value in that type of content. And that's what, it's just, how do I convey that without saying all of that in a caption? It's so difficult sometimes being an influencer because you know what you're trying to convey, you know who your audience is, and you want them to see. This is why it's important to hire a coach for things like this.
Exactly.
It's just
coaches have coaches. People are always shocked when I tell them I have you got ain't you a coach? Ain't you a trainer? Why you got a coach? Because the greatest got coaches. LeBron James got a coach. He's the greatest player to play right now. He got a
that
coach.
right there. That
He
you
got a
can make
coach.
that a TikTok. I'm saving for
Hell,
mine.
he
Yeah.
got a coach. The greatest have Kobe Bryant had a coach.
Yep.
He had a coach. Michael Jordan had a coach.
Even after doing the
Yes, can I
same
write my
sport for
own?
years.
Yeah, I can write my own program, but I don't. I'd rather have somebody else do. First of all, because it's less stress on me. I'd rather have somebody
Absolutely.
else do because another thing, I want to be accountable to somebody. I want to be accountable.
That's what
So,
I'm
and
missing.
then I'm training for a sport that I'm learning and getting to learn. I need a coach. I need it. I've had a
Yes.
coach since 2009. Every time y'all see me training, I'm paying the coach. I've been paying the coach since 2009. No, it was a second where I was like, okay, I think I can do this on my own.
Your
And I was
coach
like, oh
is
yeah,
virtual or in person?
virtual. She lives in Atlanta. Actually lives in Atlanta. She just moved to Atlanta. She was in Ohio. My coach before that was in California. My nutrition coach, who I still use to this day, she was my bodybuilding coach. She's in New Zealand.
Question. Boom. And I also need to send you a link for Prozis. Have you noticed?
Prozis?
Yes. Did they reach out to you already?
No, but I see some of my friends, they have codes
I
for them. I think they're brand
when I
ambassadors.
yes, I am Leslie, and I'm going to, as soon as we get off here, I'm going to send your information to her so that she can contact you. They are based out of, I want to say, Switzerland. The quality of their products, when it comes to eating clean, all healthy things are not created equal, and a lot of people don't understand that. And your body may not be able to, broccoli work for some, it don't work for me. Some people do good with animal protein, some do good with sea protein. I know
Right.
I'm a person that I thrive and my body looks amazing when I do not prioritize animal protein and instead rely on like fish and shrimp and things like that, so forth and so on. Or neither here nor there is what I meant to say. Prosies, their supplements, I take their creatine. When I tell you, it is a big difference between US made products and the
Is it?
product. I'm gonna send you, and what I love, they're gonna love you, and I know they're gonna accept you as a brand ambassador. You're gonna order their products, and then you're gonna tell me, like, Ree, you wasn't lying. That creatine, I've been taking it consistently, probably since I told you I've been feeling better mentally. I can attribute all my muscle and just the strength. I can feel the create, like it's just a difference. Even
Different
their
fear.
pre-workout, you can read the label on like their pre-workout. It's things that you can actually read and understand, not the same as
Mm-hmm.
a label in the US. But I just thought of that when you said your nutrition coach is out of
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand. And
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a lot of the fitness influencers that I'm like, wow, I love how she looks. They're not in America, they're in South America,
Mm-hmm.
they're in Europe. And I'm just like,
So
it's
you're
a
trying to say that their products has less fillers than
yeah,
ours do? Okay.
and the the potency also. That creatine that I get from them, I'm gonna look that up. The
Yeah, I
number.
need to try it
It's
because I've been on creatine since 2009.
when
Never
I
stopped. Never
oh, you
stopped
gonna
taking it.
love theirs.
So I probably would notice a difference if I did a different
I
brand.
cannot wait. I'm gonna send their information to you. But I'm a okay. When you just said your coach is virtual, I feel like I thought I wanted in-person coaching, and there's a coach here that I wanted to go to their gym train. It's a husband and wife that own a gym, but I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be sending you a
Yeah,
message.
and
That's gonna get,
the online and virtual world is not for everybody. You get what I'm saying? Some
yeah,
people need that. I gotta have somebody in my face. I'm total opposite. I don't want nobody in my face.
yeah,
Let me do. I can do it on my own. Write the
yeah,
recipe for me, and I'll follow it. So you gotta do. I'm gonna follow it. Just write it for me.
yeah. You're
I
right.
am not the person who. Have you ever seen me like with a workout partner and training a whole bunch of people? I like to be in my own bubble.
You ain't lying. I hate when people say, "Can I
Be in
work out?"
my
And I'm like,
right because
nope.
you feel like okay, I don't know your fitness level. My workout is taken away from my workout because I
And
probably
I
got to
don't like
show
to
you
set
everything.
unnecessary rest. And I don't like chitter chatter during my workout. I hate
Oh,
when I'm with the
my
girls.
workout is me time. Why do I don't want nobody on my me time?
That part. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I piggybacked on how I hit you up, but that's why I said God be knowing what He's doing because sometimes, again, back to that, I can only do 15 push-ups. I know that I can hold myself accountable. I don't need someone there to say, keep going, keep going. No, listen to your body, follow the program. So you're right.
Just follow the program. My
That's
coach be
your,
like, max out on push ups. I be like, well, okay. I don't need nobody to be like, okay, let's you can do it. I just get out and do it.
yep,
Every now and then, when that weight gets the numbers that I see gets heavier, I
yeah.
may need it. All right, pull yourself together. But I pretty much can
Yeah.
get it on my own. I
It's like that
almost feel
hype
like
man almost.
yes. And then when I feel like and this is just me, when I feel like people watch me, I fail.
Oh,
You get it?
interesting. See, I'm
So
opposite.
when I'm in competition, I have to literally
Block everything
ev-
out.
everything. Only person I want to see is that head judge. That's it.
Okay.
Because I
Huh.
feel like if I already know that people are watching me,
Yeah.
and I already know when people watch me, I tend to fail because I don't like people look. I don't believe it or not. I don't like people looking at me. Just don't.
Really? But you know what
No,
I noticed the gym you work out in too? There are never a lot of
nobody.
people in there. I was like, where does she train at? It don't be. I think I've seen like maybe two, three people in the gym with you in the back of your video. So that makes sense. You that is your me time. I be having to zone out. My thing is a little, and I zone out. But I like I said, that's been the hardest thing postpartum. Picking up a heavier weight. It's almost like after Blue, it was just that adjustment
Mhm.
mentally of what are you capable of now? You did all that, but now it's like tapping back into baby, you are that girl.
Mhm.
Walk in confidence. Like you said, the difference between you picking the heavier weight and the lighter weight is confidence.
Confidence. Yep, that's how you see it. It's
Yeah.
believing that you can do it. That's it. That's it. And my coach tells me all the time. She always said, Leslie, reason why you can't pick up weight or numbers that I say, because they scare you.
Yeah.
If you will walk up to the bar and pick the shit off the floor, you can do it.
And
You
what's the worst that
hesitate
can
too much.
happen? You don't pick it up
I
or
don't
you
pick it
do pick
up.
it up.
I pick it up. But she
Yes.
said, all that hesitation. She said, I see it. I don't even see your body moving, but it's written in your body language says, I'm scared as hell. That's what she said.
And you
I can
be
tell.
lifting some weight. I ain't gonna lie, it's
Yeah,
encourage. It's I love it, but I
me too.
just, and this is why, again, back to coaches needing coaches, and this is even just talking about my postpartum journey candidly with you. I'm gonna end up dropping a reel as to, hey, y'all ask why I don't have a postpartum program. You have to, before you embark on any type of fitness journey, whether you're postpartum, just
Mm-hmm.
starting out from couch to hitting the gym, whether you want to go to the gym or not.
Mm-hmm.
You literally have to make it up in your mind that
Mental.
I am going to be committed to what I'm saying I'm gonna do, even after that mood passes. Because let's all, we all be happy. I'm gonna go to the gym on Monday, and then Monday
That
gets
that
there, and
that's
your ass
that's
ain't
called
went.
motivation, which is so fleeting.
Exactly.
You depending on motivation to work out, you ain't gonna never work out.
Ain't gonna ever do. And it's the workouts that you don't want to do that be the best,
The
be
best.
hitting like, what? Okay. And that's, I guess it's that mental side. I had somebody tell me, I don't know if you know him. His name is Jonathan Henry. We had a conversation. He's like, I love your content, but Ree, you need to talk more over your videos to
That's
let
what other people
people,
tell me too.
because they want to hear that journey to, because we just think everything comes easy for you. And it's like, nah, baby, I be struggling up here too. Don't want to go. So it's just bringing that personal side of you to your content. But then, like you said, the internet is mean, and that's where you kind of hold back. But
Yeah, you
that's
hold back, but I don't know how many videos have we done with music and just sometimes people just want to hear us talk. And that's another reason why I created this platform because I feel like it's so much that I can show you and you can
yep,
always show a person better than you can tell them. But
yep,
sometimes they need to just hear it. They need to hear like
absolutely
I'm just like y'all. I struggle just like y'all. I struggle to
that
go
part.
downstairs to work out. And I only got to walk down 2, 3, maybe 7 steps. And I still be, even when I get down there, I'm like,
And it's
okay.
hard to work out, one, by yourself, two, in your own home, because it's always laundry, dishes, a kid, a something, a vacuum, a
That's all
sweep.
it takes. It's all it takes for me to see a cup downstairs. I'm gonna make it one way, right back upstairs, and you look up. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. Let me just straighten this up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna put this in Ethan's room. I see Ethan's room. Okay, let me clean up a little. And it's like,
Yep.
but the music is on downstairs, so I'm supposed to be working out.
And now you
So I
downstairs,
like,
you can turn that music on.
yes. So I think these platforms are I think it's needed in the fitness industry
They
because people
absolutely are.
people need to hear
Yes.
you say, I'm struggling. And I've been doing this a long over 25 years. I still struggle. I still be looking for motivation. And some days I cannot find it. And some
Yes.
days I don't. And I
And then
don't
to hear
move.
somebody say, it's okay if you're not motivated. What you can't do is sit and wallow in that mood for two, three,
Too
four,
long.
1 week. No, I literally put that in my virtual training. Ladies, it's okay to have that moment, but what you have to do is get right back on that
Get
horse,
right back right.
adjust your titties, and let's go. If
Let's
you
go.
sit there and wallow, before you know it, time will have passed, and you're gonna be like, damn, how did I get here? I'm back to where I started. You get your one little moment, and after that, it's back on the grind.
And but
And
but then
oh,
again, it's all a part of the journey.
like you
But we
said,
don't
just
want to
forget.
sit in that too long. We don't want to sit in that space too long. My older sister always says, whatever you're going through, she said, I want you to look at the clock. So if you're feeling sad, whatever time it is, you got one more minute. When
That
it
part.
turns the next minute, change it because we got the power to change it. We
We
got the power
do
to change it.
that part.
95% of how we feel is generated by us. 5% is
Absolutely.
unseen force that we just don't know.
Yep.
So if those feelings are generated by, because everything starts in the mind, everything starts with a thought. You think before you act, right?
You absolutely do.
So when you watching that, my sister said, watch the clock. What time is it? Okay. When it turns 8:35, it's a wrap. I want you to start changing how you talk. I want you to
Hmm.
get up and move. Change it.
Yep.
Change it because we have the power to. I tell people all day, and every
Mhm.
time I end my online class, every morning, I tell my participants, have a great day on
Mhm.
purpose. You know why I say
On
on purpose?
purpose.
Because it's intentional.
Yep.
Because you have the power to say, I'm going to have a bad day or I'm going to have a good day.
Mhm.
The choice is yours.
Yep. And it absolutely is.
The choice is yours. So it's the same thing in fitness. Yes, wallow in that for a minute, but you got the choice to change it or you can sit down in it. But
And
don't sit
we
down in it. Even if you sit down in it, don't sit down in it too long
too long
because
because you're
you'll
gonna
get
look up
complacent. Yes. You're gonna look up like, where did time go? It's been 6 months and I ain't worked out.
Ain't worked out. And once you realize too, just even anything that brings you joy, God wants us to have. And I guess that's where how I'm able to be consistent. I think about,
Mm-hmm.
if fitness brings me joy, God wants me to have it because he wants us to be happy. As long as I am, like you said, thanking him for my gift by giving back to
To
others,
them.
which we
Mm-hmm.
do by sharing our content, being coaches, and just being
Mm-hmm.
that little bit of light in our as we share our content.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, oh, I forgot where I was going with this.
Ah, she got mommy brain.
I know,
Mommy
right? But I was, oh, crutters.
brain.
Just
You
knowing
back.
that it brings you joy and not letting, I can't remember what I was saying. This little
It'll
boy
come back to you.
out.
Don't. I'm so handsome. Maybe you want a
He's
baby, but I don't. I don't want
girl,
it that bad. All
a
right, so we're
little,
gonna end up closing.
okay.
What what advice would you give Rihanna 10 years ago? The 10 year ago Rihanna, was this 2014? So if you had to talk to Rihanna 2014, had to talk to Rihanna 2024, what would you tell her?
My advice would be, listen to that little voice. Even if you're scared, don't let your mental defeat you. And that ties into what I was about to say. The devil will have you cheating yourself out of
Mm-hmm.
opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have you thinking that you don't deserve things, that you can't survive after leaving certain situations. And that was me. I'm always, oh, I can't afford that. I can't leave this. I can't,
Mm-hmm.
I have to be here for that person, and putting everything else before
Before
self.
yourself. That's right.
Just being scared. Do it even though you're scared.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
Oof.
something that I have been doing lately. And it's so scary because I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I'm qualified. I don't think that I deserve it because
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't have the same credentials, the same following, the same amount of money. But I'm doing it even though I'm scared, and I am trusting God. That
Period.
would be my advice. And that is something I even tell Bailey all the time. She's learning how to ride her bike, and she is so terrified of falling and scraping her knee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Bailey, you're going to fall. I'm an adult, and I may not physically fall, but believe me, your mama be falling. And I sometimes catch myself, and sometimes I bust my face. But guess what? I keep trying because I
Mm-hmm.
know that, hey, you fall down, you keep trying, you
That's
learn.
right.
And before you know it, you're going to be riding that bike. And before I know it, I will be where I want to be. So that my advice to myself 10 years ago, do it even though you're scared. And everything is going to be okay.
Okay.
Everything
I get that. I
is
feel that.
going to be
It's gonna be okay. It's
okay.
gonna be oh, and it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Everything gonna work out.
Yes. And it has. And like people say, you see those memes. Remember you thought you couldn't live without so and so or without this. Look at you, still living. Cause
Still living and like who was he?
you gonna be okay. So
Okay,
that
you
would be
turned
my
out
advice
okay.
to
Oh,
me 10 years ago. It's gonna be okay.
it's
And
gonna
do
be
it.
okay. Great advice. Now we're closing, and I hate to go. I really gotta go because my phone on 10%.
Okay,
But
look.
so talk a little bit about your brand, what you got coming up. Let us know how can people find you. Y'all, she teach online cancer classes like I do. And I am not one of those women, and I think people notice that I'm not one of the women who keeps information to themselves. I believe in supporting other small Black businesses. And even though I'm a trainer, so what? I post other trainers and I don't care because what's for me is for me.
Mhm.
What's for you is for you. So I
Amen.
don't mind posting other people's business. People say, would you taking away those? What if your clients go to those people? Maybe
It
that's how
wasn't
it was
for
supposed to
me.
go. It wasn't for
Yep.
me. I don't care.
Yep.
But I want you to talk about yours because y'all, she does a lot. And it's a community out there who needs online stuff. I think right now you're teaching free classes on TikTok.
Yes.
Tell us
And
all. Give us all the info.
okay, so y'all can follow me on every platform. I've kept it real simple. It's FIT dot REE fitness on every platform. I have YouTube, there's TikTok, there is Facebook, there's Instagram. And then in regards to training, you can find me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on TikTok. The times are Eastern time. Monday and Wednesday, we train at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. And then every Friday, we are 8 a.m. Eastern time. It is training whether you have no weights, have a lot of weight, or some weights. You can use your baby because I'm sometimes use him as resistance.
She does.
It's
He's so cute too, and he just be
he's
letting her,
moving.
tossing her, holding him like this. Little legs be moving.
Yes. And I like to think he like it. I hope he do.
He
Look
do.
at him laughing.
Sometimes I be thinking he dizzy. Oh, I think he
No,
dizzy.
for real. And he just be rocking with it. Look at him laughing.
He
um,
like me. He
and
like
it's
me.
free. He does. Free
Hmm.
30-minute training for the month of July. And then I also have a 6-week series that you can join. It is virtual training, meal plan included. And you can find details of all my programs, both training and meal plans at www.fitreefitness.com. And
And I
Leslie,
will, yes. Wait a
I
minute,
just
well, let me
say
know. I
thank
will
you.
also, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I'll post all her information in my stories. So if whatever you missed, actually, I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'll post it and I'll put it as a what you call it? I'll pin it.
Okay.
But I'll also put it in my Instagram for those of you who follow me on Instagram. So that way, if you miss anything, you just click on her link and voila. But I want to say thank you. So this conversation was long overdue.
It
Like I said, we
was.
met
And
years
look,
ago, but we haven't had to like sit down and have had a fitness
yes,
conversation. So
yes.
I am very appreciative. The pleasure has been all mine.
Oh,
Thank you
and
so
thank
much.
you.
And you have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content. Don't
Thank
stop the
you.
marriage thing because it's encouraging. Like if I get
Thank
married, I want my man to fill on my booty too. I want my.
period.
Oh, that's what they. Oh, would you be writing
Uh,
them like, oh, they do
and
that in
he
the marriage? Oh, for real
look,
though.
and he talking about upstairs cooking dinner while she on the podcast. He did. So I appreciate it. And he
See, he
makes
cooking
healthy
dinner.
food. Hmm.
And so, like I said, her content is not just for like fitness people. It's for couples who just need encouragement. It's for the single
Yes.
mom. It's for the fit mom. It's for the mom who got a lot of kids and can't find that time to work out. She
Hmm.
can help you with that. Her
Absolutely.
content is for that. And she got a banging body too. So that's just that much more encouragement, right?
Look, and this was like
Yeah.
this was what do you call it? They say chicken noodle soup for the soul. This was say less podcast for the soul because I haven't even
Say less.
shared that little tidbit about my postpartum journey, and I enjoyed thoroughly talking with you about it. And it's just, a great way to go into Monday, a great start to my week. Thank you, thank you, thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Like I
thank
said,
you. Thanks
I
for having
admire
on. And
you,
like if I
love
said,
you.
we had, let me look at the view. Oh, we had 1 million views, girl.
Hey,
We, we, we
period, because we did. Because we did.
got 1 million views, girl. We got 1 million views.
Black girl fit
And
magic.
in those 1 million views, if she, if we touch one person, I'm content with that. That's what
Amen.
I always tell myself. If I reach one person, if this video got 1 like, that means I reached one person, and I'm content
Amen.
with that. That's enough for me to keep going. I don't move. I'm not moved by likes.
There we
I,
go.
I, I genuinely want to help people. I don't care
Absolutely.
about the likes. Likes are wonderful, good, because they
Yep.
promote you, they get you in the
Mhm.
algorithm. But sometimes it's always just that one person. If
That
I
reaches
can
out.
reach,
Yep.
I've done the Lord's work. I don't need
Amen.
a lot of likes. So I hope this video encouraged at least one person. And if it did 500,000, that's even better.
Yep.
But I'm genuine, she's genuine. If you need any of fitness advice, we are at your disposal.
Amen.
Please contact us. Um, and yeah, so reach out to her, reach out to me. We are at your disposal. We just want people to be healthy, right? We just want people
That
to
part.
move. Just
Hey,
want
you
people to
got a
move.
whole family, like you said. We got kids, we got families, we got everything.
We're just like y'all. We just like we just average people who love fitness. That's it. That's it.
Who love it.
Who just love it, and that's what we do. So we're gonna end there. Like again, it has been my pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for coming on. We'll do something later on. We'll figure out
Yes.
something that we can,
No, we
collab
definitely
on.
And I need to get up to Detroit. I'm not gonna lie.
Now that
Uh
would be dope. But you know,
no,
I got family in Atlanta. I got family in Atlanta. I just got to figure.
no.
Oh, heck yeah, I got a sister and brother there. Been living
I
for
have another
years.
opportunity. I'm gonna shoot, take away, shoot your name to Prosies, and there is a fitness event happening in Kansas City, and they are paying for your airfare and flying you out. I'm going to shoot your name
Well, how
to
you getting that number?
I'm gonna shoot your name to Gary. He is a fitness, I want to call him a fitness enthusiast, and he wants to bring what is happening in these major cities to the Midwest, but for us. So it's kind of like an ebony fitness event, but
Yeah,
for the Midwest because we don't have it. So I'm going to shoot your information to him, and he will
nice.
be reaching out to you. I don't know why, and I just thought about that because he mentioned Illinois and Chicago and Detroit in his thing, and I don't know why I don't know. Anywho,
Say
I'm
less. Let me
sending
know how many
all.
people he want from Detroit. I got a whole boatload of people here.
Hey,
Whole boatload
look
of
at him,
people. All
honey.
right, pretty lady, thank you so much for coming on. We
Thank
are logging
you.
off. We will see you guys next time. Have a
See you
great night,
later.
everybody.
Bye,
Bye bye.
Leslie.
Bye bye.
Bye.